So we'll start close to a table, facing the table. And we're going to stand pretty close to the table, where your elbows are not stretched. And we're going to take the right leg behind and allow the hip to turn with it, and then we're going to bring the leg back. We're going to take the leg somewhere in behind us, and we're going to allow the hip to follow. So we're going to do it many, many times. And what you're looking for is your arrangements, your proportions. So the hands are on the table, and you're taking a step back somewhere, and you allow the right hip to come with the leg. And then you bring the pelvis and you bring the leg back. That's simple. And what you're getting curious about, when does the hip follows the leg? Try to do it just the leg without the hip and feel how much tension and effort it takes. And then go back and do the leg and allow the hip to turn. Many, many times. How many toes are you putting on the floor? Is your heel coming to the floor? 2 hands on the table. How does it affect the ribs on that side?
I want to see how you do it.
I'm taking the leg back and I'm allowing the hip to turn. And it creates a pull in the ribs, it creates a pull in the hands, which we're going to talk about in a minute. So it's not so much how I do it, but how do you do it, and how do you organize your body?
Good morning.
Next, we're going to take the right leg back to where you found it comfortable. The hip went with it. And you're going to bend the left knee and the right knee as well. And you're going to bring the legs back to straighten, and you're going to bring the hip and the leg back facing the table. The right leg goes behind, the hip goes with it, the left leg bends, and the right knee bends, and then you bring it up, and the leg comes and the hip comes. And again, the right leg goes behind, the hip goes as well. And now instead of bending the left leg, move the left foot a little bit towards the right hip, and now bend the legs where they're parallel to one another. Bring the left foot back, bring the right leg back and the hip. So what you hold on for a minute. Instead of being so caught up into copying me, try to find the wisdom and the integrity in your own body. So if the right leg went back and the hip went with it, now I'm off, kind of like there is tension. If I bring this foot where it's parallel, now I can bend. Right? It makes sense? Mm-hmm. And then you come back. Mm-hmm. So see how does it work for you? There's no right and wrong. It's just finding the combination. And the hand, so
The hands stay here or on the side?
So it makes sense now. If you took the leg back and the left foot turned, now you're leaving the right hand and you're bending. And then you come up and the left foot comes forward and the right leg comes back in and the pelvis comes with it. Try to start with the pelvis. Try to start turning the right pelvis backwards and feel what that does, and then take the leg. Does it make sense? Or does it make more sense to take the right leg and the pelvis follows, and then the left foot, and then the bend? We're doing only one side. We're doing just one side right now. So the right leg goes back, the pelvis goes with it, the left foot goes, and stand there. So your legs are pretty much parallel. Think about turning the left pelvis forward towards the right and start spiraling around yourself, allowing the feet to spiral, like you have to go pee. You know, when we're little kids and we kind of close the legs like this, and then kind of unscrew that rotation, bring the left foot forward, bring the right leg forward, and the hip comes with it. Again, the right leg goes behind, the hip follows, the left leg, and you start rotating and rotating around yourself, and now your right hand can touch the table again because you turn so far, and then you unscrew yourself. Doesn't sound good, sorry about that. And the left leg goes forward, the right leg comes forward, and you're standing. And again, right leg goes behind, right hip follows, left foot follows, the right hand left the table. Your hip is turning and it kind of rotates around yourself, and your feet are turning and you're lowering, and your right hand can be on the table. And come back, and I'm gonna go around and see what you guys are doing. So the right leg, the right hip, the left, and you're turning, 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 turning until the right hand can touch the
Oh,
table.
okay, you're just making a circle.
And then you can go down.
Oh, no.
Maybe, maybe not,
So,
maybe not. But that's the idea.
I like it.
So when you look at nature and you look at the leaf going down, it never goes down straight. It always goes in a spiral. And that's what we're trying to create. Our bone structure is spiral. Our fascia, everything in the body, we are part of nature, we are nature. And it's a spiral. So I'm just imitating nature. So let's do it again. Now don't be ambitious to get to the floor, just find it in your body. It doesn't matter how far you go. So the right leg, the pelvis, don't forget the pelvis because you're starting rotation in your back, the left foot, the left hip, and you start to turn and turn and turn and turn and turn and turn and turn, and you can lower yourself down if it feels safe. But my legs are crossed.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
yeah. You want the legs
What?
crossed?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. That makes it harder.
Not really.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, right leg back. Pelvis goes. Left foot. Left hip, and just turn, 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 turn on the feet, turn on the feet. Don't move your foot leg. Don't move the right leg. You move the right leg.
Oh.
Just twist your hip, 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 and then you're facing. And you can go down.
It's a safer fall.
What?
It's a safer fall?
It's a way to get up and down.
Okay.
For fall, it's best actually. We did it long time ago. If you fall, you either fall blocking yourself,
Yeah,
or you're curling.
yeah,
But today we're kind of looking at the
I'll do that one.
up and down. Okay. So let's do it again. Right leg in the back, the pelvis rolls, the left foot comes in, and you keep on twisting the hip. Think about the hip, and the feet are finding their rotation as well. Keep on rotating the hip until you're facing the table, and then you can start lowering yourself down a little bit. Keep on rotating. Think about a opening of a bottle, wine bottle. Keep on rotating the pelvis, keep on rotating the pelvis, keep on rotating the pelvis.
And keep moving your feet.
You keep on moving the feet until the thighs meet one another. They cross one another, so you can sit down. And then undo, undo, and come back to where we started. Yes. Julia, you're starting to find it, but you're doing, yeah.
Somebody.
It's your body, it's your
I know,
organization.
yeah.
It's this.
Yeah. See, I can do all that, but when I get to the crossing the.
Okay, let's do it together.
That's what it.
Let's do it together.
Okay,
Right leg goes behind, the
okay.
hip follows, the left foot comes. Now you don't have your hands and you just keep on, don't move your feet yet.
Oh,
Move your hip. There you
Okay.
go.
Ah.
And now move the feet to find the hip. And keep on there. Now you're crossing. Keep on rotating, keep on rotating. Put your hands on the table
okay.
and start bending your knees. There you go. That's it.
Oh,
I don't think I have it all, no, I lost,
Okay,
I
let's do
lost
it
the
together.
rest, okay, so.
So the right leg goes behind. The hip comes to it. The left foot comes. And now the hip from the top, screwing, turning, turning, turning until the hand finds the table. The feet are coming with it until one leg is in front of the other. It's the right thigh over the left thigh. And you can lower down. There you go. And then come back up. And undo. And undo. You got it. You have it. And undo. Right leg.
So you're crossing it that, with the way you're going.
You could, I'm going back, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
crossing a little bit, then I find, because this is the range of my, you can go to here,
Okay,
but my range is to here,
okay.
and my pelvis can follow it. That's why I said, don't really look at me and imitate me, because my range might different than yours. So now I'm crooked, my hip is turned, my leg, so I bring the left foot to meet it. And now from the pelvis, I'm making the rotation, 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 and the feet are following. Both feet, both feet, both feet, both feet. And the right leg is in front of the left.
Okay.
How about if we move your mats?
Yeah, I think you're hitting all these pillows.
Okay.
It's way too much. Okay. Thank you.
Last time on the right leg. Right leg behind. Pelvis opens to the right. Left foot meets the right leg. Pelvis rotates and rotates and rotates, and the feet are just coming with it. And keep on rotating and keep on rotating and keep on rotating. Wonderful. And then come back. Okay?
Yeah.
Let's try the left. Left leg goes behind. Now, this leg might go the same place, might have less movement, depending on how much the left hip has a movement backwards. Once you found the place for the left leg, foot, the left hip will open up, the right foot will meet, and now you keep on rotating with the left hip as you're lowering. And you come back up. So the second half of the turn comes from the hip down. We started with the leg and the hip follows, and as we're going down, the hip is lowering us down. So we have one half from the leg up to the pelvis, and the second half of the turn with the lowering is from the pelvis down. So left leg behind, left hip follows, right leg meets, left hips rotate, rotates, rotates, rotates as you're lowering down. How low you go and how high you come up depends on the strength of your thigh muscles, the quadriceps, but at least you have the trajectory, the organization of the body to be able to do it. Okay? Let's keep on doing the left. Keep on turning with the hip and the hands until you meet the table.
Oh,
Keep on turning. Keep on turning. Keep on turning. Don't be afraid to turn. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
And see if you can keep the spine rotating around itself, where you don't lean forward.
Oh, okay.
No need to look down.
No, this one, my hamstring is so tight, it doesn't wanna,
So don't go,
Yeah.
beyond what they allow you
Yeah.
right now. So you want to keep the spine up.
I would end up on the floor.
That's the idea.
All right. Got it.
So we go like this, and we're going to turn, and you go down.
Right.
Huh? So the left goes behind, the left hip follows, the right foot follows, and now for the second half, it's the pelvis that starts circling and circling and lowering and lowering. Don't, it's the pelvis, it's the pelvis, it's the pelvis. There's a Chinese proverb saying that the heaviness is the source of lightness. And I remember it was homework when I went to college. And I was riding my bicycle and thinking about it, and it was so above my head. Heaviness is the source of lightness. Heaviness is the source of lightness. The pelvis is the biggest place for muscles in our body. And if we use that to be as a source for up and down rather than smaller muscle, we become light. See that?
Yeah,
But it was very philosophical at that point
yeah.
in my life. Now the pelvis, there you go.
I don't go down as far as you.
That's okay, I mean, I'm trained. See if you can start bending the knees a little, as the pelvis comes, the knees go.
See, without, I can do it more, and I'm not locked in, like.
But I want you to be locked in for right now.
You do?
Yeah,
Okay.
for right now.
Okay.
Okay, let's go down to the floor, and we're gonna do it coming up.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. I told you, you have to.
You gonna put
Thank you.
gravity on pause or something?
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. You know what?
Or you're gonna have a chair to get up. And you might not need it, we'll see.
I don't know. Are we supposed to have our feet on the mat or on the rug?
However, whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm facing the camera.
Oh, I see.
So have your feet nice and wide. And allow, allow the right knee to fall in and the left knee to fall out. And come back. And again, allow the knee to go in and come back up.
All the
And-
way to the ground?
Remember to not force it,
Okay.
not stretch it. It's not an exercise. You're just warming up, finding out how much rotation am I having, do I have in the hip joint? What does it feel in the ligament right here? And come back up. Am I just doing it like this and I'm keeping my pelvis, or am I allowing my pelvis to come and lift off the floor? And I would invite you to actually allow the right pelvis to come up. And then as your leg comes back, you put the pelvis back down. Now let's try something. Let's lift the right pelvis off the floor and then take the leg down. Sorry. And then come back down, back to the sitting. Let's do it once again with lift the right hip and then bring the leg. Do you feel how much tension? So we're going to start just like we did from standing. We're going to start from the leg. And when the leg ends, then the pelvis comes and follows. And it comes enough to start creating a rotation in the back, and the right arm has no use. It can come off the floor. And then you come back. Not comfortable?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit.
Okay, just as much as you can, but see if you can have your legs really wide open. So the knee falls in, the pelvis comes up, you start rotating the spine until the right hand doesn't have any weight. And come back, put the hand, no, we're going backwards. We're reversing in the same order. So we find the place, this is safety. This is the falling. And then the pelvis, and then the leg. And again, the leg, the pelvis rotation until there's no weight. And the head can turn back and you can look at your left shoulder. And then my hand will find the floor so my back can start rotating, so my pelvis can come back to where it belongs, so my leg can come up. It may be really, really boring, but you can do it really fast, right? But the order, you can do it fast after your nervous system knows what to do. If your nervous system does this, you can hurt yourself here, you can hurt yourself here, you can fall. Why not come in the same way, have the stability here, so then the pelvis, the big part, can bring everything into place, then the leg can come into place. So I like quick, and strong, and big. But I want to teach my nervous system to do it in an efficient way, so when I do have to do it fast, my body knows automatically how to get there. Boom. Now I can lift my pelvis, and I can lower my pelvis, I can bring my eyes back, I can bring my hand back, I can bring my pelvis back, I can bring my leg back. Okay? So it's the leg, it's the pelvis, It's the spine, the head, and I can come up with the pelvis. And I can bring the pelvis down, I can rotate the spine back, I can bring my arm back, I can bring my pelvis back, and I can bring my leg back. And then again, my leg, my hip, my spine, my eyes go back, and my hip can come up. And my hip can come down, my eyes can come back, my head can come back, my arm can come back, my hip can come back, and my leg can come back.
Mm.
Okay, we'll have a test on it, on the order. Okay, let's try the left one. See how the left is doing. So it's the leg, pulling the pelvis, and the leg comes back. Let's just do the finding. How much range of motion do I have here? When is my pelvis being pulled? When my pelvis is being pulled, is it lifting off the floor? When is my hand lifts off the floor? Hand comes back to the floor. Pelvis comes to the floor. Leg comes back. Now, two sides of the pelvis for many of us are not the same. So the rotation that I might have here, I may not have here, because of what's going on in the joints. So don't think about succeeding so much, but finding out what is your body doing and how you can support it by including the rest of the body. So, Peggy,
Yes.
try to do only the leg, then the pelvis, and see how it connects to the waist and to the ribs, and only then let go the arm, and then the head. Really break it and see how much of the rest of the body is joining the movement.
No.
Janet,
Yeah.
Jeanette,
Me?
yeah, put your feet down and bring your hands a little bit closer to your body. There,
Like that?
I
Okay.
think so. I think it will be easier.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and leg, the pelvis comes up, rotation until there's really no weight on the left hand, and the head turns and your whole body turns. Right? And then the eyes come back, the head comes back, the hand finds the floor. When the hands find the floor, then the pelvis can go. And in the next step, if you feel comfortable enough, you can go all the way to where the pelvis gets up off the floor. So the pelvis is the heaviest part, right, in the body. No matter how skinny we are in relationship to ourselves, it's the heaviest. So to be able to lift both pelvises, I need my leg to be on the floor and I need two hands. And then you can bring it down. And then the eyes are coming back, my neck is coming back, my spine is rotating back, my hand finds the floor, and the pelvis first and the leg last.
This is scooting me all over the room.
Uh-huh. So left one again.
I can rotate, but I can't lift.
Okay, let me see if I can help you in the relationship. So start with the leg, bent legs, both feet on the floor, open them wide.
Okay.
Okay. So the left leg goes.
Oh, I'm doing the right.
Okay,
Reverse.
okay.
Okay.
So your leg goes, and now your pelvis goes. No,
No,
no.
okay, I'm not doing it.
Put your feet down. The leg goes, and now the pelvis lifts. There. Now put the pelvis back down
Okay.
and bring the leg.
Maybe I need to practice that.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, the leg and the pelvis.
But see, you're lifting with this.
Right. And that's what you want to find.
Yeah,
So you have your hands, maybe put them even closer like a,
like that.
yeah. So the leg and the pelvis, the separation of the two parts. It's a complex class. It's
Yeah.
not, it's not one-on-one.
Yeah.
The class to do is to separate and all kinds of stuff. So this is you fell into a more complex class. So just do this, the leg and the pelvis and the pelvis and the leg. And the leg and the pelvis and the pelvis and the leg. That
I
will-
don't lift too much.
It doesn't matter, just enough.
You think that's enough?
Yeah. And then you rotate, you keep on rotating until you rotate it around your own spine. And then you put your hand parallel to the other hand, and then you can lift both hips.
No, I can't.
Not yet,
Not yet.
not yet. Let me go back into the camera.
Okay. God, that's,
Okay, so we're going to the right side. Just keep on playing with the,
heavy.
Yeah. So the right knee goes, the pelvis goes, the spine goes, your eyes are looking at the horizon, and you keep on turning, and you bring your right hand next to the left hand, and you bring both pelvises up, and now your right leg can make a swooping movement and come next to the knee, the left knee. And swoop it back. Put the pelvis down, rotate the spine, bring the pelvis back, and open up. Okay?
Can't do the swooping part, but I got
In a
pretty
minute.
close.
In a minute. Give yourself a minute. Leg, hip. Until the rotation grows and grows and grows until there's no use for the right hand behind and it comes next to the left one. You lift both hips up and now the right leg make a swoop and comes next to the left knee. And swoop. We're gonna go, don't go back completely, just stay there. Lift the hip and swoop. Bring the leg back and sit. Keep your hands there and swoop. And notice how your eyes are looking now on the floor, at the floor. And when you swoop back, the eyes are making an arc and you're looking to the height of your eyes. And swoop. And swoop. Turn the spine, the head, the pelvis, the leg. Okay, let's do the left. You need to rest your hand a little bit.
Getting swoop burns on my toes.
What did you say?
I'm getting swoop burns on my toes.
Oh, swoop burns.
Swoop burns. Okay, let's do the left. So we open the legs wide, so there's room for the leg to go in, for the pelvis to follow. The eyes are starting to move backwards, the spine is rotating, the left hand is coming from behind. next to the right, pelvis comes up, and you're swooping the leg to the next to the right knee, and you're swooping it back, and you come back. So here's a lesson in being light and not swooping on the rug, but just kind of touching, not touching. So the left leg goes in, the pelvis comes up, the spine starts rotating, the left hand has no reason to be behind, it comes parallel to the right. Now I can lift both hips and I can bring the left foot next to the right. And then I come back. And then I swoop and I come. And then I swoop and I go back to sitting. And I swoop and I come back up. And I swoop and I come back to sitting. And all the way. And when you get the
We're swooping together.
yeah.
We're getting closer and closer.
Okay. So rest for a minute, rest your hand, and I will just show you. So we went here, we rotated, we came here, we lifted our pelvis, and we brought the leg into here. Now I can put one hand here and push myself up. And push myself up. Okay?
Why do you put your hand on your knee?
Okay, so we turn, I turn, I have two hands, I lifted my pelvis, I brought my leg, and now I'm centered. From here, I'm centering myself, and I put my hand right here. And I can push myself up. But if I push myself up and I rotate at the same time, like we did from the table, then I have the rotation. And I rotate back. And I rotate up. And I rotate back. Okay, so let's try it. I told you it's complex. So whatever part you take today, there are many days to come. And it will be recorded so you can always visit it. And okay? But it's important to know how to go up and down. Okay, so let's do the right side. Right leg folds in and the pelvis follows. We're building the rotation until there's no need for the arm. The arm comes, the eyes are rotating back. Now, if you just brought your arm without the back, you're missing a part. So let's start again. See if you can feel it building up in your body. Don't try to get anywhere. It's not what we teach us. They teach us, but at least that just for today, for this morning. So the leg pulls the pelvis pulls the waist, and we keep on rotating, and the eyes are going, the head is going, and the hand is leaving the floor on its own, not because we did it. Then you bring the arm next to the other arm, and then you have the strength with these hands underneath the shoulders to lift both hips. Just try that. So right now I have these two hands, and by pushing on the floor, I can lift my heavy hips. From here, I'm sweeping my leg to bring it close, parallel to the knee. And I bring my left hand where my right hand was, and my right hand over my leg. I bring my left foot as a hammer toe on my toes, and now I can push my pelvis up and lower my pelvis down.
Good.
and push my pelvis up and lower my pelvis down. And if I push my pelvis up as I'm rotating it to the left, I will stand up.
Am I the only sitting?
What?
Am I the only one sitting?
Okay, let's try it again.
I don't have enough strength in my left arm to push up, so I need to use my right as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
We all find our organization. Right. That's the beauty,
Right.
is to start looking at our own puzzle and see what needs done. So, again, right leg, the right leg pulls the pelvis. Feel how it pulls the pelvis forward. Feel how the rotation in the spine is building until you get to the neck and the head. And now the right hand can come next to the left, and you can rotate the pelvis and come up, because both hands are there and your leg. Now your right leg sweeps, and you put it parallel to the left. You bring the left hand closer to the knee and the right hand to the leg. You turn the toes under on my left, and you start lifting the left knee, and you rotate the left hip to the left, and you're coming up in a spiral. There you go. Good. And then you spiral back down. Remember, you bring the left foot